Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to TMP Finance, where you make long and short-term investing simple. Today we're going to take a look at the NASDAQ and at a bunch of securities, including some individual stocks, including some cryptocurrency, and the NASDAQ itself, of course. So without further ado, let's get started into it. So let's take a look at the chart here. We can see that we're up 0.39% today, and today was very significant in terms of marking a new all-time high for the NASDAQ. So this is a new closeout, which is what most institutions look for. And right now, this is showing confirmation that we are still in a bull market and that we have left consolidation and we're nothing near a bear market whatsoever, or a correction, or nothing. If you're getting someone who is telling you that there's going to be a correction, whatever, do not listen to them, because no one can predict that. And even if you do predict it, you need to see something backing up that statement on the chart as well. And right now we are in blue skies territory for the NASDAQ, and we're looking for some new all-time highs. So if you haven't placed a trade on that, but you're looking to place a day trade / swing trade, my recommendation, waiting for tomorrow's candle wick to form, having a pullback of about 0.1 to 0.2%, placing your position there, and then from there you can take your stop loss, have it right at the low of today, and then have your take profit right at about 24,500, or just letting it run. I recommend using a trailing stop loss for your NASDAQ positions, as there's no saying how high the NASDAQ can move. That being said, you don't want to cut your profits too short. So having something like a rising support line or a Bollinger Band or an EMA could work very well when it comes to letting you know when to take your money out. But that's pretty much what I'm looking for when it comes to the NASDAQ. So without further ado, we'll take a look at the heat map over here. We can see that it's been a very bullish day. NVIDIA, Google, Microsoft, Meta, all up here. We can see that mostly these chip companies here, AMD, ASML, NVIDIA, are all up, and this is very significant. And since the NASDAQ 100 is based off of these massive stocks here, and a lot of tech when it comes to AI and chips as of lately, this is giving a very good start, and you'll see here that we're looking to move a lot higher into the NASDAQ here. But we're getting a lot of breakouts on ASML, we're getting a breakout for NVIDIA, for AMD. So let's take a look at ASML starting off. ASML, I was recommending a little while ago, about a month or two ago, to buy ASML when it is past 777. And right now what we can see here is that we have passed it, and we've also broken our resistance line over here. So as of today, we've broken that resistance line, and we've gotten some more bullish confirmation showing that this is the direction that the market wants to move in. ASML is a very strong stock, and let's just take a look at where it's been in the past. And we can see just back in 2020, about 5 years ago, we were trading all the way down at $194 a share, and right now we're at $807. So we have an all-time high of about 1,107. So we could be targeting new all-time highs, but for now, this is my recommendation for a short-term swing trade. So I'm looking to buy once we've broken above our resistance level there, having your stop loss right at that key level of 787 here. And we can see that we've had a lot of rejections, showing that this is a key area of interest for the market. And we can also take profit at 945. Now, why 945? We can see we have a lot of tops in the market here, and we have a lot of volume that's surrounding this area here. So this could be a potential zone where we can get a retracement later on in the future, and then you can rebuy your position and then aim for all-time highs. If you want to aim for all-time highs now and you don't really care what happens in between, I wouldn't say that's a bad idea whatsoever. If you want to do that in a long-term account, that would be a very smart idea. But the risk reward ratio for this trade is very good, 9.2. If you risk $20 for your stop loss, you're making $180 take profit. If you risk $100 in your stop loss, you're making $920 in your take profit. Even though this is a really good risk reward ratio, this has nothing to do with the probability. Right now we have a very strong probability, and that's why I've been able to close this year a lot of trades that have fantastic risk reward ratios. I'm talking about 10, 20 risk reward, and again, it's not about having a coin flip, a gamble. It's about having all the confirmation, all the stars kind of aligning and choosing the best possible trades. That being said, we're currently up about 660%. That's not including our unrealized P&L. That's for only trades that we've closed since the year to date. So 238% of that is from our NASDAQ trades, and then the rest of that is from our individual stock holdings. So if you are interested in learning how I take these amazing trades, you want to get part of the action, or you want to learn how to become a profitable swing trader or long-term trader or even a day trader, come take a look at that link in my description, wap.com/tmp-finance. You'll get access in real time to all the trades I take, including take profit, stop loss, and percentage risk allocation. So do take a look at that if you are interested. But right now, ASML has a lot of upside here. We can look for about 17.77% upside, and I think that is very conservative there. Let's take a look at nvidia. And just yesterday I was telling people on YouTube to buy nvidia, and I also told this to my Discord members here. And right now, let's just take a look at the after hours over here. We're up to $174 a share. Absolutely incredible. We took our position right where the market closed, having your stop loss right at the swing low or at the lower Bollinger Band, and then taking profit all the way up to about $178 a share. $180 was a very significant resistance and support level for nvidia, and right now we can look to take profit right there before we get rejected back to a lower price point. Same thing to say with ASML. Let's take a look at AMD as well. AMD is also going to be up in the after hours here. So this is showing that the market is on our side and that we're ready to move a whole lot higher when it comes to the NASDAQ. But right now, what I'm looking for specifically on the 1 hour chart, I'm waiting for a breakout of our falling resistance line here. And once we do so, let's say that we break out at about $159 or $160 a share, we can have our stop loss right at our previous swing low over here in the sequence. Again, 157 is a very key support area as well for AMD. So waiting for a confirmation, a breakout above that, having your stop loss right below that support level, and taking profit at somewhere like $179, $178 a share. Again, right before that $180 level, it's going to be a great take profit of 11.5%, and it's going to give you a great risk to reward ratio of 4.75. Let's take a look across seas to Taiwan, and even in Taiwan, we have TSM that is absolutely rocketing up. So they have made a new all-time high. If we take a look at the hourly chart here, we can see that we have this block here where we've had a lot of consolidation. We have been able to break over that resistance here. So waiting for a retest there, having your stop loss right below this $239 support level, and then taking profit at somewhere like a 2 to 3 risk reward ratio could be a fantastic potential candidate for a trade there. Let's take a look at our last holding here. This is going to be Ethereum. Ethereum, I've been keeping an eye on. I don't typically trade cryptocurrency. If you are a Canadian trading cryptocurrency, you know how hard it is with all the fees. But if you are an American, this is definitely something that you do want to be taking advantage of. Having your position be placed once we break below, having your position placed once we break above this falling resistance line, and then from there taking profit at where we can see a lot of volume happening in the market over here, about 4,700, 4,800. That's going to give you a great risk to reward ratio of 6.08, with your stop loss being right underneath this support zone over here. So that being said, great trades to be taken, and these are all trades that I personally would take, aside from Ethereum, again, because I'm Canadian and I don't really have that great upside after paying all the fees. I'll have to pay about 3 to 4% in fees, so it's just not worth it for a 10% upside. But if you are an international investor or you don't have these restrictions, I really recommend to get into Ethereum. But all these other trades here, I am looking to place myself. And again, if you are interested in learning when I place my trades, how much I'm looking to risk per trade, come take a look at that link in my description for my exclusive Discord, and you will get all the sauce there. But thank you very much for tuning in, and I will see y'all later. Later, y'all.